Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start and I will teach you to how to do Selenium testing with C Sharp. Okay, so maybe you are new to Selenium, or maybe you are working with Selenium project, or maybe you want to clear interview. Well, we will be going in a very systematic manner and covering each and every aspect of the Selenium. Okay, now don't worry about your knowledge regarding Selenium, as we will cover each and every topic in a systematic manner.
Mm.
Okay, we will learn C sharp, we will learn Selenium and cover each and every aspect of Selenium. Now, to learn Selenium, we have actually got three phases. First of all, you need to understand C sharp, then you need to learn uh, Selenium, and in order to learn Selenium, you must have a knowledge of, you can say, WebDriver, Grid, and Unit, Jenkins, and lots of other things. Okay, which we will
Yes, sir.
actually learn while learning Selenium. And please don't be afraid of these terms, as I will be telling you each and every topic in detail in coming classes. And in order, you have to learn, say, learn C sharp, that how to build frameworks and end-to-end framework. And now there are various types of frameworks available to us by Selenium, and we will discussing all of them one by one. But now, before actually jump onto the training, let us take a few questions which are being asked by many people. Okay, now first question, it's like an interview question, that what is Selenium? You know what is Selenium? Can you tell me about little bit of Selenium?
Yes, sir. Selenium is a tool which helps to automate the test cases using browser.
Okay, can I automate desktop application in Selenium?
No, sir. It is UI based, web based softwares. We can.
Web-based tool. So to answer this, let us go to their official website, and it says Selenium Automate Browsers. That's it. Okay, this is a very
Yes, sir.
important question. Selenium automates browsers. Selenium is actually used for automating web-based application, and it is not at all used for automating the desktop application. Not at all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As far as you can say browsers are concerned, it supports all the browsers. You say
Mm.
Firefox, you say Chrome, you say Edge, you say Opera, you say any browser. It supports all browsers. As a tester, you must have a knowledge of any programming language. Like it supports Ruby, it supports Java, it supports Python. But in our case, we are going for C sharp.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, uh, now in our you can say course, we will cover these modules. This is the modules which we will cover, and you can click on this and see the topics. This is in our website. We will cover all these modules. Okay. I simply say that the Selenium training will give you an overview about all the topics which are required to learn Selenium web drivers. All the topics will cover in the training. Okay. Now, the next question is that will you cover some live projects and frameworks? Well, live project is basically a framework, and we will cover all the frameworks in the coming training. It will be an end-to-end implementation on a live application. You will know how to generate reports, how to email the reports, in the end, how to add screenshots in the project, how to run test cases on Grid, how to implement your test cases on Jenkins servers. Everything will be discussed. Now,
Yes.
next question is that I want to use Selenium in my project. Can you help? The answer is yes. We will be helping out in your project. We have a team here which can help you. Also, you can see if you use our website in our login, you will see that there is an query resolution forum here. Here you can
Mm.
put your questions here. You ask a question here, and our team will be revert you back. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
in our, you can say the next question is that how much C sharp required, and you see that in our first part of training till this module, this all are the concepts of C sharp. Mostly people which are coming to us, they are coming from manual background. So don't worry, you will learn C sharp with Selenium. Many people think that they know Selenium, but actually they doesn't know much about Selenium. You have to know C sharp or any other programming language to learn Selenium. You will
Mm.
have to give some time in order to learn Selenium. So till the module string classes, this is more than enough to learn C sharp. These are the topics which we will learn, which we will discuss, and it is more than enough to learn C sharp, to learn Selenium, you can say. So
Yes.
the
So, is
next
data structure used in Selenium?
pardon, I can't understand your question.
Like, is data structure concept is used in Selenium?
You will get to know about your question in coming class, because if I answer right now, you will get confused. So we will go step by step, because I know Selenium, I know Selenium C sharp, I know Selenium with Python as well. If you say data structure is a very big term.
Mm.
I will answer this question in the coming class, because right now I want you to start with the basic terms. Don't go about the data structures, or can you say data science. Don't go into that so much deep.
Okay.
Right now,
Yes.
just go. Right now, just go with the small. I will tell you about the data structures in the coming classes. Don't worry about that. Okay. So,
Yes.
uh, so the next question is, I want to learn Selenium and clear interviews. Well, to learn Selenium, it requires 2 weeks. But if you want to learn professionally and build a project by yourself, it will take around 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, it will take time. And after full training, you will learn Selenium, but it will take time. Okay, we will give you lots of practice exercises for C sharp and Selenium that is going to help you a lot for learning C sharp and Selenium. So, next question is, how tough is Selenium? So, answer for that, it is very easy, but it required time. You planted a plant today and also you want a fruit same day. It can't be done. As you see in the picture, you have to plant a plant today. You have to give it a water. Then it will give you fruit after some days. Okay. So don't be in a hurry that I will learn selenium in 1 days or 2 days or in 1 week. It will require time.
Mm.
And so next question is, how much time is required to learn Selenium? I already told you that it will require some time in order to have a brief knowledge of Selenium to clear interviews. The same way this picture shows that it will take time, but if you complete the training, then only you can achieve it. Okay, so now coming to install Visual Studio, as we are doing coding in our Visual Studio. So how to install Visual Studio? Go to their official site visualstudio.microsoft.com And here you see in the download section, you have community version.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This version is free of cost. It is
Hmm.
an open source IDE that can be used by you in order to learn C Sharp, and this is more than enough from the testing point of view. Don't go for professional or enterprise, go for the community version. Okay.
Okay, okay.
As, as I have already installed in my PC or my system, so I will not install it again. Okay. Just if you find problem in downloading, just link on free download. The installer will download here in the download section. Then double click on it and install your Visual Studio.
Okay.
Okay. Now, uh, uh, if I have done, if I say so, yeah. Suppose if I go for the new project, actually my system is very much in the heavy state, so it will not open, I think so, the new. Mm, okay. So we will go for the console application. It is taking time. Okay. So I will just tell you about when you create a new project, it will be like you have the file program.cs.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, the main file is the program.cs file.
Hmm.
You will see your file here, and okay. Now whenever you can say make an new project, you will find the file like this only. Okay, there is nothing written over here. It's like
Hmm.
this only. And you see that in every file it is clearly say .cs. Okay, .cs it's the extension, and .cs represents the C sharp. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
right now I'm not telling you how to write code for Selenium. What I'm teaching you is C sharp. First of all, what is C sharp? Basic concepts of C sharp, roots of C sharp, so that it will become easy for you to write Selenium code in C sharp. First, we will discuss the very basic or most asked question. Can say that why we need to learn n unit. You have heard about n unit. Why n unit is required while we talk about Selenium with C sharp. To understand this, let us take an example in which you can say scripts are running. I'm giving you this type of knowledge because this is very important that interview can ask you that what is the need of an unit? Can you tell me? I'm asking the
Um,
question that why
yes,
there
sir.
is need of an unit.
Uh, Actually, NUnit is a framework which helps the framework code to execute. Like it stores the methods and contains a library
Okay,
which will be help.
yeah, you are on the right track. I know you are on the right track. But suppose if I'm a layman, I'm a can say I'm a worker who doesn't have a knowledge of an unit. So you want to teach me what is an unit. So how will you tell me?
Uh, NUnit is just a framework, so which helps the uh, like which
So
consists
no
of set
worries.
of libraries.
But
Uh,
I know. I'm a layman. I doesn't know what is DLLs, what are libraries. So how can you explain me what is an unit and why an unit is necessary? So
Uh,
okay, no worries. So this is a very basic interview question that why an unit is required. What is an unit? Why we require an unit? So the answer is that is an unit is an heart of a project. So suppose you have scripts running. You can say uh, script 1, then script 2, then script 3, then script 4. Okay, so now you have script 1, script 2, then script 3, then script 4. Now, what are the requirements that suppose you have to you can say read data from Excel file, like read data from you can say Excel file, or you can say uh, XML file, and any other text file. Okay, now one thing is there that you have to generate reports as well. Then you have to take screenshots as well, and at the same time you want to generate logs as well. Okay, now what I'm saying, you have to generate reports, you have to take screenshots, and you say you have to generate logs as well. So what are logs? You know, you want to know that what happens each and every moment in your framework. Okay, so there you can generate logs, or many more requirements are there which you can say which can be added in any framework. So when we talk about Selenium, actually we are talking about writing Selenium scripts. These are the scripts. So just writing Selenium scripts which will run one after the another or just run parallel will not serve the process. That is why we learn an unit for that to organize the stuff. So here you have your N unit. N unit acts like a heart of an project. It will read Excel file. It will read data from Excel file, XML file, or any another file. It will, you can say, generate reports. It will take the screenshots. It will generate the logs as well. Okay? And then it will, you can say, run the scripts parallelly, simultaneously, any other thing. So this all thing is organized by an unit, and unit will tell that which script has to run firstly, or which script have to run simultaneously. Then in the same way it will generate reports, take screenshots. Okay, so all this thing will be done by an unit. So an unit is a main part of our framework. It acts like an heart. You can say the heart in the human body, and you can say the n unit is same as like a heart in the you can say your project. Okay, so all this thing, this all organized thing will be done by n unit. Okay, so this way you can show to your somebody, your interviewer, that n unit will organize the stuff, that what to do at what time. It will tell your scripts to run parallelly or simultaneously. It will tell all the things in the project. Okay, so are you clear about the end unit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it works like in a heart of a project. Okay,
Mhm.
so now you see here program.cs. I already told you that .cs means C sharp. You can add your own class by just going to add and then go to your class. Okay, here you can add your own class by naming it any. So one thing is there that class doesn't contain any space. Okay, so whenever you run the project, when there is only one class file is there, mm, okay, yeah. So whenever you run the project, when there is only program.cs file is there, the control comes here for the first time. Okay. Now, if I want to, you can say print something, I can simply say console dot write line and say learning C sharp with Selenium. Yeah, okay. This will print the this line. Suppose if I want to run this, I simply go to my properties and select my program file as a starter file. Then again close this and can say, and one thing more. Suppose if I want to print, uh, now if I execute my code or run my project, now you see it is printing learning C sharp with Selenium, but and this is printing again this. So to avoid this, every time when we print, we will say console dot read key. Now, if I execute my code again, you see that all the material which is printing after this is gone. Okay. So
Mm.
always use console dot read key because in my system it is taking sometime this windows vanishes. But if you write console dot read key, this window will remain there. Okay. Now one thing is there. This is a very basic question. Suppose if I write console dot read, sorry, console dot write, and I will say testing. Now, if I execute my code, you see that testing and learning C sharp with Selenium is printing on the same line. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I say console dot write line and I say something like mm, uh, studying. Now, if I execute my code again, you say studying is in different line, but console.write testing and learning C sharp with Selenium is in the same line. So you see the difference between the two. This is a very basic question interview can ask you if you are going as a fresher or going as a something. Okay, this is a very basic question that what does console.writeLine and console.write do?
Yes, sir.
You see here when I hover over that, writes the specific string value to the standard output stream. Okay. Now when I hover over the write line, write the specific string value followed by the current line terminator. You see, followed by the current line terminator. So it will write in the new line. After the previous code, it will take the new line. Okay. Now one thing is which is helpful in our you can say Visual Studio is debug. You can put breakpoints over here. Suppose I want to put breakpoint over here. Now you can say here, if I execute my code, now you see the program will stop here. Okay. Now when I press F10, it will go line by line. Now here you see it will print studying. Now again, if I press F10, then it will print testing. Then again F10, then it print the third line. Okay, so you can debug the code by uh, putting the debugging point or breakpoints, you can say, over here, and you can go code by line by pressing F10. And suppose if I want to execute my whole code after the first debug point, suppose if I run my code again, here the code stops. So now I want, after pressing the F10, I want that whole code execute in on the same go. So I will press F5. Okay. So again, this is a very small but a key concept that by F10, your code will go line by line. Okay. And by pressing F5, your code will execute to next breakpoint, or it will execute as a in a one go. Suppose if I uh, take one more debug points here, you can place as many as debug points as you want in your project. So now if I again run my code, now you see it will go. Now when I press F5, it will stop to the next breakpoint, which is line number 12. Okay, so what is the advantage of debugging? Suppose in a project when you got some errors and you don't know where the error is coming. So suppose now there is only 4 lines. Suppose there are 100 lines and you don't know where the error is coming in which line number. So you can put the breakpoints and see your code line by line. Okay, I don't know whether you know these things or not, but in my opinion, these are very helpful things. You know Visual Studio, you have done some
Yes, sir.
coding.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know the breakpoints.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so because when I go for the interview, my interview has asked how can I uh, put the breakpoints, and how can I run the code at a one go. So I will tell all my students that these are the basic concepts, key concepts, but very important. Okay, so right now I'm just writing a small example. Suppose, um, you know something about conditional operators. So you know what is conditional operator?
Yes, sir. Is it a loops
Conditional operators is like you can say
and ampersand?
uh,
Something like
greater than, smaller than,
that. Okay. Yes.
greater than equal to, or you can say smaller than equal to, or you can say equal to. These are the signs which will be work. Suppose if I say x, you can say, so now there is data types. There is data type known as int.
Hmm.
You know the data types.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now there is data type int which I will declare as 100. Okay, now I will declare int y equal to say 200. So, and int z equal to 300. Now, if I say if x is greater than y and y is greater than z, so that means x is greater. Okay. I say else if y is greater than z, so that means let's say y is greater, and in the end if nothing is, then it will print z is greater.
Hmm.
Okay. In my example, you clearly see that z is greater from the above two.
Yes,
Then
sir.
it will print that z is greater. Okay. Now here this is an conditional operator. You can say so this is an conditional operator, and this is your can say uh, I'm giving as a and. And means in simple language, and that you say that you have to present both of, you can say A and B has to be present there. A
Yes,
and
sir.
B. So A and B has to be there. But if I say either A or B is to be there, so
Hmm.
either of the A or B has to be there. Both, this is not a condition that both has to be there. Either one of them has to be there. But when I use this condition and, so it will look for the both condition. That suppose x is the greater than b. Suppose if so now can you tell me that what will it type?
So Z is the greatest.
You clearly say that 250 is greater than 300. Suppose if I say this is a condition, this is a sign for or.
Okay. Hmm.
Now what will it type?
Or
No.
so Z is the greater, right?
Okay,
We'll
suppose
type.
first we go for the AND statement and look what will it type. Okay, now it is type Z is greater.
It's a bit
Okay,
confusing.
okay. Now I'm saying that it
Greater,
is
yeah.
AND. It will look for the both conditions. Now This is OR part. Okay, this is for OR.
Okay.
Now, first,
Mm.
now if I run my code, you see it is typing X is greater.
Okay, either of this. It is okay.
Yeah, okay. It will go in this curly brackets if either of this condition, if one of the condition is true.
Mm. Yes, sir.
It will not look for the both of the condition, either of the condition. Now X is greater than Y because 250 is greater than 200, so it will go inside.
Yes,
It
sir.
will not, it will not go for this condition. This condition is true, it will go inside. It will not look
Okay.
for whether this condition is true or not, because this is
Okay.
or statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to be very careful in writing and or.
Okay,
Okay,
so.
okay. So you will get to used to it by when we do some exercises. You will get used to it. Don't worry about that. But you have to have a knowledge of and operators and
Mm.
or operators. I will just, this is looks for every condition to be true, and it will go for either condition to be true. Now suppose if I again I say 150, and now what will it type?
So then it will. Okay. So it goes to the else statement, right?
Yeah, it will type that z is greater
That is greater.
because both of the conditions are
That's
false.
false. Yeah.
X is greater than y, which is not 150 is not greater than 200, and or y is greater than z. 200 is not greater than 300. Okay, so it will go for the condition if it is true only. Either of the condition is true, it will go. Suppose 150 is greater than 200, no. But suppose if I say 350 is greater than 300, okay, it is true, then it will type x is greater. So it will
Yes,
look
sir.
for either of the condition. In the or
Okay.
statement, if either of the condition is true, then it will go inside this curly bracket. Okay, and whenever like this I'm writing the key points. Whenever you watch this video, just write your key points inside your notepad or inside your anything, because when you go for the interview, just look for the key go for the key points and you will remember all the points.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
this is and operator, this is or operator, this is a sign for or operator, and this is sign for and operator.
Yes, sir.
Clearly in English you see that when you say that Suresh and Ramesh has to be there, then both of has to be there because they are using and. But when they say Suresh or Ramesh has to be there, then either one of them has to be there. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, suppose if I want to represent my decimal value, how can I represent it?
Uh, Decimal float. But you're asking for data types, so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, float will be using, right?
Okay. Suppose I say float, you say t equal to mm, 3.4. Okay, why it is giving me error?
Okay, because it is not supporting this data type. It might
Yeah,
not be. So double, yeah.
it is double.
Okay.
Okay, now suppose there is a one more you can say data type if I want to present true and false.
Yes, so we'll be using Boolean for that.
Okay, it may be bool.
Yes.
You can say data. Can I represent this by this?
No, sir. I think
So
I think
what
no.
will I write?
Uh,
Okay, either it
equal,
has to be false.
true or
You have to give the value. Yeah, you have to give to value to the bool variable. Every time
mm-hmm.
you declare a bool variable, you have to give value to the bool variable.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now there is one more data type, if I remember. Yeah, char. You can say char h equal to w
Alphabet.
anything, but it can be only single characters.
Yes, sir.
You cannot can say declare. Suppose if I declare one more character, then it will give error.
Yes, sir.
You can say too many. You can say error is too many characters in character literal. So it will represent one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one more data type. If I remember, I'm not sure. Mm, there is one more. You can say data type which is string. Okay.
Yes,
If
sir.
I say string and you say s equal to anything, you can say test. Okay. And if I print string g equal to test. So can you tell me what is the difference between the string with capital S and string with small s?
So because the data types, it should be in small
There is
here.
no difference between the, if I hover over this, represent text
One
as a
second.
sequence of YouTube and class system dot string. Okay, and
Okay.
I, if I hover over this, represents text as sequence UTF sequence code units and class system dot string. So both are same. So can you tell me the difference between the two? Both are correct.
Okay. The first letter should be small.
Both are correct. I can use string with capital S. I can use string with small s. Both are the same. There is no error in that. But there is difference between the two.
Okay. I don't know. So
So this is your exercise. You have to tell me that what is the difference between the two.
okay. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. You have to tell me by yesterday, by sorry, by tomorrow, that what is the difference between the string with capital S
Mm.
and string with small s.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. You have to tell me. I'm you have to just search. You have
Mm.
your computer, you have your, you can say anything, you can search in anything, but you have to tell me the difference between the two. This is a very basic interview question that interview can ask you, that what is the difference between the, if I can use small capital S with the string, or I can use small s with the string. It he or she can ask you the question because it's a very basic question.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I say there is one more data type, if I don't remember, mm, yeah, there is one more type, byte, byte B1 equal to, can say, mm, 99. Now, what does this byte represents? It represents an 8-bit unsigned integer.
Okay.
Okay, and here if you hover over the int, it says represents a 32-bit signed integer. Now, suppose if I say int v equal to, if I say, it is giving me error that integral constant is too large. So what type of data type can I use for this type of you can say variables? Can you know?
So yes, I think a long
Yes.
byte. Yeah.
And when you hover over the long, it says represents the system dot int 64-bit signed integer, system dot int 64.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the very basic data types. You should know that what type of data you have to use. So um, I can declare this as long. So why I'm declaring it as an int?
So int can be used for like lesser digits. I mean,
Yeah.
uh,
Suppose
32.
uh, so here I can use byte as well.
Yes, sir.
So what are the difference between this, that 32-bit, 64-bit, or 8-bit? What are the difference between these two? These three, you can say. The thing is that when you declare an integer, suppose you say int a equal to 99. When you
Mm.
declare an integer, it will say it will occupy a space in my memory location, which is of 32-bit. It will, suppose if I declare int a equal to 99, int b equal to 200, or int c equal to 1000. This all will gather the same space in my memory location. But
Okay.
but when I say int a equal to 99, it will take this space only. That 99 is here. When I say int b equal to 200, then it will take more than 99. Then it will take this space 200. And when I say int c equal to 1000, then it will take more than 200 space. It will take maybe this space, and it will say 1000.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But all this space is get wasted.
Okay. Mm.
Whenever you declare a int, it will take a default space like this. It will take a default space. But whenever you declare 99, it will take this space. When you declare 200, it will take this amount of space. And when you declare 1000, then this amount of space is utilized. But this space get wasted. That's
Okay.
why that's why it has we have created like byte, we have created long for longer variables.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a very basic interview question, that why why we have created a data types like byte, int, or long. So you can
So byte will
tell
take
them
yes, so byte will take
byte. It
the
will you can
mm,
the smallest. It is you say 8-bit unsigned 8-bit. It will take only 8-bit. Integer
okay.
will take
No, no.
32
It will
bit.
take it will not take a default space, right?
No, no, it
This
will,
byte.
yeah, it will take default space. Suppose you declare byte, uh, by default, uh, byte will take this amount of space. Okay, uh, I think so. Byte can take up to, no, this is not, uh, I, yeah, it will take 190. I think so. It will take up to 99. In my
Okay.
opinion, it will take up to 99. Okay.
Yes, so.
Okay. uh, when you declare an byte, it will take this amount of space. Suppose byte b1 equal to 1, then it will take, you can say, this amount of space. But regarding of wasting so much of space, when I say int x equal to 1, it will take only this space, and this whole space will get wasted. So
Okay.
I will declare my value as byte, then it will take small space and less space will be wasted.
Okay. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. Now there is when so when I you see when I hover over this, you see that it says system dot in 32. When I double, it says system dot double. When I hover a byte, it says system dot byte. When I say long, it says system dot int 64. When I hover over bool, it says system dot boolean. When I will hover over char, it says system dot char. But when I hover over string, it says class.
Okay.
Okay. There is no class over double, byte, long, you can say over int. There is nothing written over class. But when I hover over string, it says class.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so.
So interview can ask you that one which data type is a inbuilt class in C sharp, and the answer for that is
String.
string. String is an inbuilt class inside C sharp. These are very small points, but these are very key points. So whenever you watch this recording, just write down the key points. It will help you in your interview.
Yes,
Okay,
so.
we will discuss about the string in the coming classes. As you can see here, we have our whole module regarding string. Okay, we
Okay.
will
Yes,
discuss
so.
about this is the whole module about string. We will discuss this in our coming classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes, so.
so till now, what we have studied. If you have any question, you can ask me now.
Okay. So.
Just practice this and operator. Suppose if I take one more int, you say k equal to, if I say, mm, you say 400, and if I say x is greater than y is greater than z, and if I create one condition here that if k is greater than z, so now what will it type?
Mm, okay. I think x is greater
And why is that?
because this condition is true, right? So k is greater than z.
So let's run this and looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is printing x is greater because I have put one condition which is or.
Yes, sir.
Either of this condition is true, it will go in this line.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to be very careful while using the and or operator.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So what is the difference between signed and unsigned?
signed and unassigned. Suppose
Yes, sir.
if I use k is greater than z. Suppose if I delete it, now it is saying the variable k is assigned, but its value is never used.
No, sir, not this. I mean, it is 32-bit signed,
Uh,
byte is
uh,
unsigned. I'm asking about that data type.
yeah, yeah, the this one.
Yes, sir.
It is giving error that b1 is assigned, but its value is never used. This is this is you asking that why it is giving error.
No, 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 sir, not this.
Mm,
Like
mm.
the byte is unassigned, right?
Because
Data type.
it is never, yeah, it is never used. You see that it is unassigned. The unassigned means that this is all suppose when I declare this double t equal to 3.4, it will take memory. It will take some memory in my space. Whenever
Okay.
I declare the variable, it will take some memory in my space.
Yes, sir, I got it, but I'm telling just the data type. Like int is signed, 32-bit signed int, right?
Just 32-bit signed integer.
Signed
This,
integer. Yeah, it
okay,
is
this
signed.
signed integer, you can say
Byte is unsigned. UN. Unsigned. Byte is.
byte. You can about the byte. So represent an
Yes, sir.
8-bit
It is 8
unsigned. You are asking.
unassigned. Yes, sir.
You are asking about this unsigned integer. You can say mm, like whenever you take a int, you will say like how can you say that whenever I declare int, it will take a particular memory location like this. If I suppose if I declare int x equal to 150, then it will take how can I explain this to you? I can understand because I know, but I can't explain it to you that mm, you know what is 32-bit and what is 8-bit. You know something about 8-bit
Uh,
or 32-bit.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whenever I declare int, it automatically, you say that it automatically gives some space that this integer is in this part of memory. But whenever I declare byte, doesn't know that byte is residing over here or here or here. I don't know where whether it is in which part of my space. But whenever I declare integer value, I know that there is a specific space for my integer, and it will be, you can say, it will be, it will be in this part of, this is an signed part. This
Okay.
is signed integer. I always note that integer is, whenever I declare integer, integer will be declared inside this part. But whenever I declare byte, It can be here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here. There is no nothing defined part for the byte. That's why we use every time int. We don't use byte for smaller values as well. We always use int a equal to, you can say 3, int b equal to 4, because I don't know whether byte is, it will take here, it it will take here space, here space, here space, here space. I don't know it will take which space, but when I will declare the integer, I know that integer is signed to this part. It will not go here. It will not go here. It will be declared inside this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will come back to this question with more details tomorrow for you to be clear.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, so we will meeting tomorrow at the same time.
Mm, yes, sir.
Okay, okay, you will get the recording in you can say in 1 hour. I will just
Mm,
I will WhatsApp you, or I will email to you. Just
okay,
watch the,
okay.
when you watch the recording, and again I am saying, write your key points here, that
Yes,
and
sir.
look for every condition to prove, or it will go for either condition to be true. Okay, double is of, you can say byte is of 8-bit, double is of, you can say I think 64-bit. Sorry, long is for 64-bit, double is used for decimal. Bool, always declare value for the bool. Char is for, you can say, single digit. And you have to tell me what is the difference between string with capital S and string with small s. You have to tell me what is the difference between the two.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
sir. Sure.
Yeah, this is your task for today.
Mm.
Okay. So by there, actually, I don't remember your name. Your name is
Sahana, sir.
Sahana. Okay. What is the name, meaning of your name?
Sahana, yeah, means patience. It indicates
Okay.
patience.
I want to tell you, okay, let's meet tomorrow, and then we will discuss about this string with small s and string with capital S. Okay,
Okay, okay, so yes, sir.
okay, then bye, and have a nice day. We will
Yeah, thank
meet
you, sir.
tomorrow. Okay,
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 sir.
Sahana.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay, bye.